When a devotee drops a gold coin or a handful of notes into a collection box, they are performing an act of faith. But once that offering is inside, it usually enters a manual world. Most traditional trusts rely on paper ledgers and offline administrative processes to track these contributions. This reliance on manual entry creates structural vulnerabilities. When large volumes of cash and gold are managed via spreadsheets and physical books, human error and financial leakage become statistically likely. Financial leakage erodes the connection between the devotee and the cause. For the Sevadars, the volunteers, it creates a constant cloud of suspicion, forcing honest people to spend their time defending their reputation instead of performing their duty. How can an institution use architecture to verify its own honesty and protect its staff? Project JSR addresses this through a zero-trust framework. The system operates on a specific mechanical constraint. It replaces individual human discretion with mathematical consensus. To make the trust's finances verifiable to the public, the system must first limit the power of any single person within the organization. This database-per-tenant architecture ensures every trust using the platform has its data physically isolated and secured within its own silo. Through the devotee gateway, a donation is digitized and logged at the exact point of handover. Once that entry hits the database, it is committed to an append-only double-entry ledger. Because the software is designed without a delete function for these records, the data cannot be altered by an administrator after the fact. This creates an immutable history. Every rupee and every gram of gold is accounted for from the moment it enters the trust's possession. The most significant vulnerability for any trust is the outflow of funds, payments to vendors for construction, materials, or services. JSR manages this through a multi-signature approval pipeline. It breaks a single payment into 3 distinct database layers that must be satisfied before funds are released. In Layer 1, the on-ground manager must verify that goods were actually delivered. In Layer 2, the system checks the request against the trust's specific approval rules, like ensuring the price matches the original tender. Finally, Layer 3 requires a specific threshold of digital signatures, for example, 3 out of 5 designated directors. Only when these cryptographic hashes are recorded does the backend trigger the banking API to release the payment. The sequence is mandatory. If a director tries to sign off on a payment before the on-ground manager has verified the delivery, the database rejects the query. These digital boundaries ensure no single person can authorize a payout. It protects the Treasury from misuse and protects the committee from accusations of mismanagement. Because the internal ledger is secured by these mathematical constraints, the front end can be shared with the public as a glasshouse dashboard. The UI follows an old money aesthetic, minimalist and borderless. It uses subtle elevations and clean space to maintain a strict structural hierarchy. By removing visual clutter, the interface forces the focus onto the numbers. The design is intended to get out of the way so the financial data can be read clearly. This aesthetic choice reflects the project's goal, providing the public with unfiltered institutional clarity. To handle the massive traffic spikes common during major festivals, JSR utilizes edge computing. This moves the public data to servers closer to the users, preventing the system from slowing down during high-interest periods. This allows a devotee to instantly verify their donation receipt against specific, cleared expenditures from anywhere in the world. Project JSR is open source under the MIT license. Any trust can clone the repository and deploy this infrastructure on their own servers, retaining total ownership of their data. By automating the process of verification, JSR removes the burden of proving innocence. It allows the Sevadars to stop managing suspicion and focus entirely on their service.